Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BU New Normal Challenge, Ideathon, and Kickoff. We are so excited to have you here. We're in presentation mode right now, which means you're frozen at your tables. You should be able to see me, two of our student reps who you'll meet in just a moment. Dean Elmore will be joining us shortly, as well as some slides that I'm going to share with you. This is our first time using Remo as a department, and so it's an experiment. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Some of our agenda, right? We're going to do some welcomes, intros, and a little overview of the challenge. Most of today is going to be time for students to connect and network and form some teams, hopefully. And then we're going to wrap it up and make sure we answer any of your questions. If you have questions throughout the event, use the chat box or the Q&A feature along the left-hand side of the platform. So we've got 4 awesome partners involved in the New Normal Challenge, and you're going to meet all of them in just a second. We've got BU Student Government, we've got UMOJA, and Dean Elmore from the Dean of Students Office. We're so thrilled to be doing this challenge in collaboration with everybody. So the BU New Normal Challenge is an opportunity for students to be heard and included in this transition process back to campus. It's going to be a new experience for everybody. And we know a lot of admin, faculty, staff have been hard at work making the best decisions possible with the information we have. It's always iterating and changing, but we also want to make sure students are a part of that process. And this is a great way for you to get involved. We're looking for your ideas that help foster community, connectivity, and well-being this fall. We're asking you to re-envision what on-campus, off-campus, and virtual experiences are like. And through this process, we know you're going to learn a lot. You're going to develop innovation skills and an entrepreneurial mindset, which is what Innovate BU is all about. The challenge has 2 tracks. The CRC Ideas track, which Dean Elmore is going to be leading, and then the Student Impact track. For the CRC Ideas track, you're submitting recommendations and suggestions and ideas that the university needs to take into consideration and potentially implement. Those suggestions are going to be reviewed by Dean Elmore and his team. For the Student Impact track, these are ideas that you want to develop, that you want to design and potentially implement this fall. Those applications will be reviewed by a variety of BU faculty, staff, and student leaders. And up to 10 of those applicants will receive $500 seed grants from Innovate BU to get those ideas off the ground. Both applications are open now, so you can submit an idea at any time. However, they will both close at midnight on Saturday, August 15th. And I would encourage you to think through these responses. We have a lot of workshops to help you develop your ideas, so there's no rush to submit as long as you get it in before the deadline. All right, all of the ideas that students submit have to adhere to federal, state, and BU health and safety guidelines. We've got links to all of those resources on our website so you can stay informed. Your ideas should focus on the student experience, and we've identified a variety of categories that you can opt into, including other, which basically is anything that might not fit on this list right now. And to know that there are a couple of topics that are off the table, including testing adherence, learn from anywhere, and the housing and move-in process. Again, your ideas should focus on the student experience and enhancing how we connect with one another this fall. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Dean Elmore to tell you more about the Dean of Students' role in developing the challenge and what his hopes and dreams are for students that choose to participate.
Thanks, Blake. Appreciate it. And like I said earlier, or a few minutes ago, so good to almost see you. And I hope that I will see you right here on the campus, or that I see you more in this remote space. You know, this is innovation in a different way. I'm glad to be off of Zoom for one thing, and to be in a different place, and a place that feels a little bit more human. And I think that's what this has got to be about. I deal a lot with logistics and have been for about 6 months now. And now is the time that we're going to be opening up, that we're going to get people back on this campus. It's time for us to deal with soul. And I think that when you think about soul, soul is about community. It is about connectivity, and it's about well-being. And so that's why the Charles River Challenge, the ideas track there, is really about looking at those things once we get back here. What's going to give us that soul? What's going to give us that life? For example, I've been walking around the campus and I see that we've got lots of directional signs. We've got things on the floor that tell us one way or this way and all kinds of other things. These things are fabulous from a logistical standpoint, but they're missing you and your soul. They need to get a refresh. They need to move people in different ways. We need to think about how we bring back things like music and art and life into what we do here. You may have some ideas for some real logistical kinds of things that are going to help students adhere to this hard thing. It shouldn't be hard, but it will be. Remembering the physical distance and remembering to wear a face cover. Those are important. So we're looking for those ideas that bring us back together, unify us, because there's going to be a lot of rules and a lot of rules that say, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, and if then this. And all through it all, as I said, I'm going right back to that word. It all needs a little soul. And that's where I hope we can get some great ideas. Like I said, the logistics around things like move-in, the logistics around testing, the logistics around public health stuff, that is what it is. Not a lot we can mess around with. But when it comes to these other aspects of how we feel comfort and ease and how we reconnect with each other, I'm looking for the ideas. So can't wait to see them. And I also got to just say a big shout out to our students, StuGov, UMOJA, and other folks who are pulling together. You know, I've been at Boston University for a long time. This is the first time I've seen this kind of coming together around real ideas, and I think around humanity. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean Elmore, for those words. You take me back to IdeaCon when you were one of our kickoff speakers, and it was all about soul then, and it's still all about soul. So thank you for participating in this with us and for recommending and highlighting the role of students in this work. It's so vital. Okay, at this point, I'm going to introduce another speaker, another partner, Kat, who's going to tell us a little bit about BU student government.
Just want to thank everybody for being here and being like so excited to help out with this new normal that we have to come back to in the fall, which will be very interesting. But I think it's an amazing opportunity for students to become innovators. So student government is about just like connecting. We can connect students to the dean of schools. We like to advocate for students' ideas via the administration and gain support for the student body. We can help promote clubs, survey everybody, inform, really just like anything that the students need. We are the voice that wants to talk to the administration. And I'm really excited to be on student government this year. I am the director of recruitment. So that means I'm trying to get more people involved. And that's exactly what I'm doing now, which is awesome. Yeah, when we do a lot of things with like, we have city affairs, we have academic affairs, we have events. So really, if you do want to become involved in student government, definitely stop by the student government table and talk to me a little bit more. And the VP of our student government, David Joseph, is here as well. So you guys can talk to him too, assuming he has no more technical difficulties.
Yeah, we've been experiencing some tech challenges. So Kat, David, it's so great to have you as involved today and as a partner in this challenge. Next, we're going to hear from Stephanie Tavares, president of the BU UMOJA this year.
Hi, everyone. Like Blake said, I'm the president of UMOJA. I also have a new minor as a senior in innovation entrepreneurship, so thank you for having me. I'm excited to be a part of this conference and to see what ideas people come up with for like this new normal that we're about to have and how we can find the soul. I love when Dean Elmore talks about the soul. So what is UMOJA? UMOJA is the Black Student Union, and we are defining ourselves as the cultural hub for the Black community on campus. And we have a lot of goals for this year, and obviously we have to change how we operate because of COVID. So I would love to see ideas about how we can be unified and promote unity, because UMOJA means unity in Swahili. And this is an opportunity for student voices to be heard. Dean Elmore and the Dean of Students office, they're amazing, and I know they're going to choose and value everyone's input. My hopes are that we get to come up with creative solutions to some of these problems that we have here. And important for me is that I would love to see in the student impact track, people go outside of the Boston community, outside of the BU bubble, and think about how they can make impact in their local communities or in the local Boston areas. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, both Kat and Stephanie, for being involved in this. We're so excited to be collaborating with you. Reminder about some upcoming workshops that are here to help you continue to develop these ideas. All of these are optional but highly encouraged. They have Eventbrites, and we plan to continue using Remo. We're experimenting with this platform. Today's our first live event on it. There's been some hiccups, but that's what innovation is all about. So some of our workshops that are coming up over the next 2 weeks. On Friday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do a hands-on workshop called Is My Idea a Good Idea? We're going to be giving you some advice from students who have been developing ideas through Innovate BU programs. We're going to give you some tools and strategies to think through your ideas more in depth. And we're going to have time for you to apply those either in teams that you've already formed, or there's going to be more opportunity to network and find more team members if you aren't on a team yet. Next Tuesday, August 4th, the workshop is called Idea Feedback Session. We have invited BU experts, faculty, and staff from across the campus who are in all kinds of positions with all kinds of superpowers to come and host feedback tables for you. So as a team, you'll be able to move around, you'll know who's going to be there, and you'll be able to get some really constructive suggestions on how to improve your idea and continue moving it forward. Whether your idea is for the CRC track that Dean Elmore will be looking at, or it's for track 2, an idea that you're going to try and continue to develop. And then our final workshop that'll be available will be the following Tuesday, August 11th, How to Effectively Communicate My Idea. In this workshop, we'll be talking how to create a really strong application, as well as how might you think about marketing your idea once you're ready to move it forward and bring it to life. So all of these are linked in this presentation. You'll be getting all of these slides in a follow-up email from my wonderful intern, Libby. If you haven't met her yet, hopefully you're able to connect with her at one of the tables. All right, I'm going to share a few last slides with everybody, a few reminders about next steps for the challenge. You should be able to see the chat box as well as the Q&A. So if you've got questions while I'm doing this wrap-up, please feel free to post those. But when we're done here, I would encourage everyone to return to the first floor and do some general networking. We'll be at our info tables until 2:30 today. So we just wrapped up breakout group number 2. Some important links and dates. And again, you will be getting copies of these slides in that follow-up email. So we've got a website that's full of information about the challenge. It's got all the links to submit the applications. It's got the rubric for the second track, track 2, so you can see exactly what evaluators will be looking for in your ideas. There's also links to a lot of resources. So back to BU, Massachusetts COVID guidelines, federal guidelines, all the up-to-date information that you should be considering as you develop your idea. All of that's available on the New Normal website. This doc that you've been using today, taking notes on, you can continue to have access to that and add and go back and review what you talked about and have it spark new ideas. I mentioned the contact sheet that we will be sharing, again, to help you form connections with other people interested in different topics and ideas. If you're not already part of the Build Lab Slack community, Slack is a great tool we use to connect students and to post updates. We've got an active community Slack channel where we share a lot of our internal programs and community events, but we've also created a specific channel just for the New Normal Challenge where you can get updates, you can ask questions, you can learn about deadlines and all those kinds of things. So if you're unfamiliar with Slack, it's a really great tool. And if you're not a part of our community Slack, I encourage you to join. And then a reminder about those upcoming workshops I highlighted earlier. We've got 3. The first is this Friday. Is my idea a good idea? Again, tools and strategies to help you understand, am I working on a real problem? Who is affected by this problem and what kinds of solutions would be really useful. Next week, we've got experts from across the campus who will be hosting networking tables to give you critical feedback in the idea feedback session. And on the 11th, we'll have how to effectively communicate my idea workshop around applications and marketing. Garrett, I love that you've submitted a question. Yes, you will have access to all of these slides. We'll be sending them in a follow-up email. And yes, as Libby, my intern, mentioned, the contact list is opt-in. We don't want to put anyone's information up there that's not comfortable with posting it. So right now it's empty and it's ready for you to add your own contact information if it's a tool you want to use to connect with others. And then a reminder that both tracks are open now, but those applications will close at midnight on Saturday, August 15th. So lots of opportunities for you to continue to developing your ideas. And I'm excited to see where all of these ideas lead. And thank you again for joining us today. Libby will be sending out that follow-up email probably by the end of today or tomorrow with the slides, helpful links, and ways to stay connected. And you can always reach out to Libby if you've got other questions. Thanks again for joining us today.